श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. So we are seeing this three types of upayas: Shambha upaya, Shakta upaya and Dhāraṇā upaya. In each of them he has given two types of meditation. Okay, now we have seen what is Shambhava and the two types of Shambha upaya and two types of Shakta upaya. Now we have to see the two types of Dhāraṇā upaya, the third and sixth. Okay, now first and second is Shambha upaya, fourth and fifth is Shakta upaya, and third and sixth is Dhāraṇā upaya. Okay, now Dhāraṇā upaya, what is Dhāraṇā upaya? Urdhvam pranaha, where prana and apana starts, urdhvam, above, dvadashanta. Prana means the one which gives life to all the alphabets, the A. Without A, no character exists. Akaro vai sarva vak. The Shastra says akaro vai sarva vak. Everything starts from A. Okay, so now A, other, jiva, inside jiva. Jiva is denoted by the varna, the character, alphabet, sa, sakara. So A, sa. Okay, now visargatma, that which connects both, is a hakara, that is nada rupa, the nada of the form of nada sound. Okay, para ucharet, to the matruka chakra, matruka chakra means akaradi sakaranta, sakaradi akaranta, right, starting from A to saka, sa to A, in anuloma viloma, in direct and reverse order. So when you do that, that's Matrika Chakra. Now she is the one who illumines all this, whether it is character or the words. She is the one who illumines all this. The bhairavi is the one who illumines all this. So if we utpatti dvayasthane means if we are going to meditate her as a akara hakara means aham. Aham means I. When you say I, that is the aham. When you see the aham as the varna aha, they are ucharas, they are characters, right? So the alphabets that are pronounced, uchara is pronunciation, varna is alphabets. So the one which is pronounced as aham, I, that is of the Shiva Shakti Aikya form. So meditating on that is what is said in the third. And in the sixth, urdhva pranaha, here again another varna uchara is accepted. Urdhva pranaha means urdhva pranaha, hakara is what is meant here. Urdhva, above. Okay, now adho jivaha, sakara is what is meant here. Okay, these are some esoteric practice kind of. So visargatma, the visargatma is that which connects both A and the sa and ha and sa is the connector. See, Shiva Shakti, the one which connects the Shiva Shakti here is in us is the nara, the human, the being. Okay, so he is denoted with a makara, im. Ha, exhalation, sa, inhalation. Ha, that the between exhalation and inhalation there is a connection which is im. Hum sa, hum sa, hum sa. So this is what is called as soham bhavana. So hum, soham means I am that. Saha aham, I am that. That is what is also referred to here as a Hamsa mantra. This is the natural chanting of mantra which takes place in every being. Naturally, ajapa japa, this is also referred to as ajapa japa. Later also we'll talk about that. So chanting without chanting, meaning the flow of air itself is of the form of a Shiva Shakti. Okay, now what is this Shambha upaya, Shakta upaya, etc. is explained through 3 shlokas from Malini Vijay Tantra. First shloka, this is done by Shivopadhyaya. First shloka. Akinchit chintakasya eva guruna pratibodhatah utpadyate aveshah shambhavo asau udavritah. Akinchit chintakasya eva. Chintakasya. Chintaka means one who thinks. Akinchit means something. One who thinks about something. Akinchit means nothing. Not something. Means nothing. One who does not think about anything, meaning a thoughtless person, meaning a person who has controlled his mind, who has complete vairagya, dispassion. Guruna pratibodhataha eva, only for him when the guru gives him the teaching, then utpadyate avesha, the avesha comes in. What is avesha? It is explained as a aveshascha aswatantrasya swatadrupa nimajjanam, the non-independent merging in the independent state, his inherent state, his inherent nature. That is what is called as avesha. Okay, now that is what is called as shambha upaya. Through the teaching of the guru, the person who has without any vikalpa, that person gains the truth immediately. There is no practice here. That is the idea. Okay. So, meditating on the natural, characterless, objectless, formless self. Now, what is Shakta Upaya? Uchchara rahitam vastu chetasyeva vichintayan yas samavesham apnoti shaktasotra vyajyate. Uchchara rahitam vastu. The vastu, the object which is not something which can be pronounced. Uchchara rahita, inexplicable. The self, the object, the bhairava which is inexplicable. Chetasya vichintayan, thinking about that self with attributes. In the mind is what is, when you do that, whatever samavesha, whatever avesha, whatever gaining of merging of that self, merging in that self is what is called as a Shakta Upaya. Okay. Now what is Ana Upaya? Here in Shakta Upaya, the idea that I am all this. That is what is the root. Okay. Bhavana of I am all this is what is the root. What is Ana Upaya? Anava is the different methods. Uchchara karana dhyana varnasthana prakalpanaihi yoga vetsa samavesha samyak anava uchyate. Anava upaya is it is a practice which is done through uchchara, pronunciation, karana, instrument, etc. Different kinds of methodologies, modes. When you perform that using these different modes, that is what is called as Anopaya. Now, see, only for the Vairagyavan, this a person who has Vairagya, he gets this Shambha Upaya, he practices. He is explaining more about the Shambha Upaya, but a person who does not have any thought, means a person with complete dispassion is what is referred to here. And he gains that through the teaching of the Guru of the great secret, and he immediately gains that great secret. So, being established in that Shambhu, who is identified with that Shiva, is what is who is identified with the Shakti is what is the practice here. Anyway, now the essence of these practices which are said here, the 6 types of practices, to Shambha, to Shakta, and to Anava. What is that is going to be explained. Before that, I have to say something. See, these are practices. Sometimes you may not understand whatever is said here. It's fine. It's not big deal. But we have to understand one thing very clearly. Whether it's japa or whether it is these practices, these are not a practice that should be applied. You should not use any prayoga. This is an important thing, because in today's world, people, they say positive thinking, positive energy. positive application and all that. Chant and then send the positive energy, apply that on something which you think about, then that takes place and all. True, it will take place. There is no doubt about it, because this Shakti, when you apply the Shakti, energy, power, it is going to fetch the object. But you have to understand, Mantra Shastras very clearly explain that if you are going to use your mantra, if you are going to apply your mantra for these kind of petty things, the mantra becomes your enemy. Mantra becomes enemy. This is the word which is said in the, this is the statement which is said in the Mantra Mahodidekshata Shastra. Okay. Now, it's not that we are not doing the for the peace of the world, etc. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, we can chant that, we do that. But applying for the immediate effects, immediate results is not what is expected here. Because even if you are going to do this Dhāraṇā, etc., whatever Dhāraṇā it is, if you are going to do the Dhāraṇā and you are going to focus your energy on some immediate results, then you are going to gain that. That's not a big deal. But what's the point? We have to understand, this is what Bhairava said to Bhairavi. You have to remember that. What did he say? Gopaniyam. This is great secret, but still I am going to say. He is revealing the secret out of compassion to you. And what do? You are applying it for some petty results. That is not right. Okay. Now, none of this, because this is only taught, he made it very clear. I am teaching you because, not just because you are dear to me. I am teaching you because you are interested in understanding that. Okay. So remember that always. What are the two types of the two types of Shambha Upasana, Shambha Upayas which are explained here? First, he said Prana, Apana, focusing on the Prana. Prana is exhalation, okay, exhaling, and Apana, the inhaling. Prana from the heart and the Apana from the Dwadashanta, the 12-finger distance, 12-inch distance. Okay. Now, on vice versa, from heart to Dwadashanta and from Dwadashanta to heart. When you focus on that, the flow of prana, that is what is that is where the bhairava manifests. Okay. When you understand that this flow of prana is because of that bhairava, and that bhairava manifests. That is bhairavi, that is Shakti, right? Prana. So then, focusing the second Shambha Upaya. If we focus on that, the prana, which is the one which is pervading everything, as the grahya, that the conceiver, okay, and the cognizer. And the apana is one which is existing in the objects as the cognized. So the cognizer and the cognized, there is a means also in between. So when the means, the cognizing and the cognized, when they subside, then only the cognizer, which is the bhairava's nature, he remains. Okay, this is the second form. Then the Shakta, in the Shakta Upaya, he says a third beautiful state called Turiya. This Turiya means the fourth state. Apart from the Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, the waking, dream, and deep sleep, or here the Jnana Ichcha Kriya, the knowledge, the desire, and the action. This expanse, Prasara, he refers to it as. This expanse of knowledge, activity, and desire, in that flows one common subtle thing, which is the Turiya state, the Bhairava state. So when you focus on that, then what happens is all these dualities, they subside. The means of knowledge and the object of knowledge, they subside. Then you have only the knower, the Bhairava. Okay. And the second Shakta Upaya, the independent Shaivi is manifesting as Maya, etc. He said. And the truth is Shiva Shakti Aikya. We know that. So Shakti pervades everything. Now, since Shakti pervades everything, the meditation, the focus as I am all this is what is expected here. That's a bhavana. It's a visualization which is expected in the Shakta Upaya. Okay. Now, in the Ana Upaya, the two Ana Upayas, Prana and Apana, wherever they start from, that is what is called as the Prana and Apana or the life force. Okay. So, wherever they start from, the Prana is Akara and Apana is accepted as a Hakara, Aham. So, meditating on that Aham, the Shiva Shakti Aikya is what is said there. And sixth is focusing on Hridaya, Ha, the Prana from Hridaya, Ha, and the Apana entering inside is Sa. The connection is Makara, Ham, Hamsa. So, Ahamsaha or Hamsa. Focusing on this Varna Vimarsha, this expanse of the alphabets, the characters, is what is bringing you the Shiva Shakti Abheda, the identity between Shiva and Shakti. You become bhairavi or bhairava, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Both are same. So that is what is said. These are the gist of the 6 practices which are said here. Now, though it is something to do with prana, but there is nothing directly linked to prana. Though the prana and apana words are used, there is nothing directly to do with anything to do with prana or apana. That is the practice we saw. But the next practice is something which is something to do directly with prana and pranayama. Okay, what is he saying? Maruto'ntarbahirvāpi viyadyugmānivartanāt bhairavyā bhairavasyetthaṃ bhairavi vyajyate vapuḥ. maruto'ntarbahirvāpi viyadyugmānivartanāt bhairavyā bhairavasyetthaṃ bhairavi vyajyate vapuḥ. Marut means air. Okay, marut means air, the wind, the air which we see very well. Marutaha. Then antarbahirvāpi, internal or external, because wherever there is space, there is air, and that is why the god of air is also referred to as he has another name called Matarishva. Matari Kukshi Kukshau Antar Shvayati iti Matarishva. One who travels in the womb of the mother, the whole creation. Okay, so now the one which roams outside, the air which is outside, which is found outside in the space, is called as external. Yugma, viyadyugma. Viyad means space. Yugma means both the space. So inside, outside. Inside, inner space. Outside, outer space. Inside, inner space means the heart space, the cavity, heart cavity. Outside, the whole creation. See, inside, the heart has to have the space, the air also, because when the blood is sent through the nerves, what happens? First, they are flat. The wind is that which blows it open for the blood to travel through it. So there is air inside also. Now, inside in the heart space, and outside in the open space, there is air. Okay. Now, in the prana, when naturally there is a prana which is taking place, pranayama which is taking place, we said you breathe in and breathe out, inhale and exhale. Now, whether you inhale or exhale, like you have some object, you throw that object, it comes down. I'm not going to cry eureka, because this is a simple thing. We have understood this even before Eureka fellow understood it. Okay. This is Gurutva Akarshana Shakti. We know it is because of Gurutva Akarshana Shakti. Gurutva Akarshana is what they have named as gravity force. Okay, that's a different thing. Now, it goes and comes down. When it goes up and comes down, in between, at one point, there is a stagnant situation. It doesn't move up or down. It stays. After it stays, it comes down. They say kinetic energy, potential energy, extra. This is what it is. It goes up, stays put there, and comes down. Stays put. Everywhere, that is a common thing. So, the air which goes out stays put for a second and then comes inside. Stays put for a second and then goes outside. So, that kshana, that second, that whatever period, that if you concentrate upon, that is called as madhya dasha, in between period. So when you concentrate upon that, the bhairavi, which is of the nature of bhairava, manifests. Bhairavyā, bhairavasya. Bhairavasya, the bhairavi of bhairava, vapuḥ, sharira, body manifests. Vyajyate means manifest. So the nature of inherent nature of bhairavi manifests. Bhairava manifests. That's same. Okay. Now, Shiva Upadhyaya explains it as this. Maruta is prana and apana, no doubt, and antarbahirvāpi, internal and external, whichever way. Viyadyugma means the ardhakasha and dvadashanta akasha, the inner space of heart cavity and the outer space of the creation. Nivartanam means stopping for a second, stopping for a moment. Now, this is a system. Then he explains he becomes the bhairava, the bhairava's vapuḥ, bhairava's body manifests. What is that bhairava's nature, the body? That was explained in 15 and 15 and a half shloka through antasvanubhavananda till tad vapus tattvato gneyam vimalam vishvapuranam. With that, he explained what is the nature of inherent nature of bhairava. Okay, we are not going to enter into that. Now, this Shiva Shakti is what is seen as dharmi and dharma. Dharma is the attribute and dharmi is the one which has attributes, attributed. Okay, dharmi, attributed and attributes. Shiva and Shakti, or Prakasha and Vimarsha, the effulgence and the expanse. In all these dualities, this is what is seen. Bhairava and Bhairavi is what is seen. In fact, they are not both different. Though in reality, in absolute reality, they are identical, they are one and the same, still they are seen to be as though different from each other. Okay. Now, knowing this Bhairavi, what happens? Here he says, how do you understand this Bhairavi? By focusing in that second, in that moment where the prana stops. So, prana stops means this is something to do with pranayama, understand? I know pranayama. What do you know about pranayama? Pranayama. I keep repeating in the other classes, when you do pranayama, don't focus on kumbhaka. Don't do kumbhaka. Don't practice kumbhaka. And I ask people to normally do the Nadi Shuddhi pranayama. If people who practice kumbhaka, they have to start from 2 seconds to 4 seconds to 6 seconds, slowly increase and then go to 64 seconds and 64 minutes and whatever. Don't breathe, don't care. Thing is, now the pranayama which is said here is not the pranayama which you do in yoga. What is pranayama in yoga? Tasmin sati Shwasa prashvasayo gati vichhedaha pranayama. What is pranayama? Tasmin sati, when you are in that. Swasa prashvasayo, shwasa, inhaling, exhaling. Gati vichhedaha. Gati means movement. Vichheda means controlling the movement of inhaling and exhaling. When you are in that is what is called as pranayama. When you are in that what? Before, whatever was said before. What is said before? Asana, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Asana is the third state. So, tasmin sati, when you are established in that asana, then when you control the prana's movement, that is called as pranayama. And that control of prana is to control the mind. Here we are not doing anything like that. We are not interested in controlling the mind. Don't we need control of mind? No, we need control of mind. We already said for a person who has a complete control over the mind, for him there is shambha upaya. For a person who does not have complete somewhat control, he is ready for shakta upaya. For a person who does not have any control of mind, for him the ana upaya. We said this. So control of mind is important, but this pranayama technique, this Dhāraṇā technique is not for controlling the mind. That is the difference. Okay, this pranayama technique here explained is to understand the inherent nature of yourself, pratyavijñā. Okay, now bahyabhyantarascha etān kumbhakan anaratam prana apana swabhavan swan buddhva bhuyo na jayate. So when one understands this, kumbhaka is the place where the prana stops. When you exhale, it stops for a second before you inhale. It stops for a second before you exhale. So that second, that moment where the prana stops, as though it merges in the Shakti or Shiva Swarupa. That state, when one understands that moment, that second, one focuses on that second, that moment, then he understands the nature of prana. When one understands that nature of prana, he understands the inherent nature. Gacchan tishtan gachat astishtato vapi jagratasvapato piva ete narodhamayanti prakrutya hi chalo nilaha. This does not stop. This pranayama does not stop whether you are going or coming, whether you are sleeping or awake, or we are eating or whatever. Does not really matter. It goes on continuously. Now, this pranayama, talking about that, he says, swasvabhavataya buddha yadi syuhu tarhi mokshada. If you understand it to be of your inherent nature, then this gives you the liberation. Mokshada. Moksham dadati iti mokshada. It gives you liberation, the identity of Shiva and Shakti. That is what is the idea. Okay. Now, here he explains the pranayama in 8 different stages. Normally, when you see pranayama, there is inhaling and exhaling. That's what we saw in the earlier shloka. Exhaling and inhaling. Now here we added 2 more states, which is a kumbhaka, external kumbhaka and internal kumbhaka. The place where it stops externally is called as kumbhaka. So externally it means external kumbhaka. Internally it stops means internal kumbhaka. So focusing on that moment where the prana stays. We are not stopping the prana. We are focusing on that moment where the prana stays without movement. The air stays without movement. So this we know now. Prana, apana. There is a break. There is a break. 4 stages we know. Break outside, break inside. Now he is extending this and interpreting 4 more extra stages where it becomes 8 stages. The pranayama of 8 stages. Pranayama of 8 stages. We'll see what is that. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.